Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a little bit of a different video for you here. If you can't tell a little bit by my voice, I was at the game that you're currently seeing on the screen. The Arkansas versus Texas Tech match of the State Farm College Baseball Showdown, hosted in none other than our very own Globe Life Field. So going into this, Arkansas was ranked 8, Texas Tech was ranked 3. I'm a Hogs fan myself, so I figured I would make the trip down here and get a chance not only to watch them play, but also to watch a game in Globe Life Field, which is what I'm going to try to make the majority of this video about. But this game was so insane, so I wanted to take a minute to talk about that here today. As you can see by the score alone, 13-9, that is a very high-scoring game by college or MLB standards. But the craziest thing was nothing happened for 4 innings. Nothing at all. And then Arkansas went up 1-0. Tech responded with 5 runs in the bottom of that inning. Then Arkansas responded with 4 to tie it. Tech got the lead again. Arkansas got the lead again. And then Tech responded with 3 more to retain a 9-8 lead. The 8th inning, nothing really happened. Now, I was on the edge of my seat that whole inning, really. And in the top of the 9th, Arkansas erupted to score 5 runs, which ended up being enough because the way this game went, I didn't think 1 or 2 runs would be enough to win it. I think they needed at least 3, and obviously they got even more than that, and the closer came in clutch. I'm not sure if he's actually officially the closer. We'll get into that in a second. But yeah, it was quite a game all around, 4 hours and 18 minutes long even by MLB standards. Your average MLB game these days is about 3 hours. I think in 2019 it was like 3 hours and 2 minutes, and last year it was like 3 hours and 4 minutes or something. So pretty long game. It also didn't start until about 8:30. It was scheduled for 7. Which this was the only game I went to. I had the pass for the whole day, but I really only wanted to see this game anyway. I think it was Ole Miss and TCU played, and in the morning it was Mississippi State and Texas played. But yeah, I think it's safe to say I got my money's worth out of just one game here. We were going crazy in the 6th and 7th innings, and then the 9th inning was just very entertaining to say the least. One of the things I wanted to bring up with this game was 18 total walks, 11 from Arkansas, 7 from Texas Tech. You might notice here as well, 1 home run this whole game. They scored 21 combined runs and only ended up hitting 1 home run out of anyone in the game. Only a couple doubles as well, so it was a lot of small ball, but also a lot of sloppy baseball. You can see the 3 errors up here, a couple from Arkansas, 1 from Tech. But there were plenty of wild pitches, pass balls, and balks. Which I guess do not count as errors. I'm not a big fan of the error stat anyway. I've not made a video on that before, but really, I think the stat of errors is stupid because it's totally subjective, but that's for another video. And both teams really had to use a lot more pitching than I'm sure they wanted to. Arkansas had 4 innings from their starter, and he didn't do too bad. And the closer, Trest, which I called him West by accident in some of the videos I'm going to throw up here in a second.
Come on, West! Yeah! That's it. There it is. That's an upset.
Went the final 3 innings, and he did all right himself as well. I mean, he gave up the home run, I believe, the 3-run home run, which you can see this guy has the credit for 2 of them, because they put him in the game in the 7th when there were 2 runners on, and then he ended up giving up the home run. So the credit for 1, but technically the home run, all that stuff. And then they had a couple guys just not able to get an out. It was pretty rough, but same story goes for Tech, especially in the 9th. You can see here the 5 runs, and then the guy finally came in and got a strikeout to end Arkansas's rally there. So you can see here as well, there were 2 balks in the whole game. One was with the bases loaded, so Arkansas actually scored. And then you can see the second one down here, the Arkansas pitcher balked as well. There was a third one that I believe they almost called, and they either reviewed it or something happened with that. But yeah, a couple balks, and you could see wild pitch down here as well. I bet if I do. Wild pitch, yeah. There were, let's see, that's 2, 3, 4, 5 wild pitches in that game. And I think this was the one where I don't know if I can find a clip of it, but the guy threw the wild pitch, and then the guy scored, and the catcher didn't know where the ball was, and the pitcher didn't know where the ball was, so a second guy came in and scored as well. I'm not sure if that was that one, but there was an instance of that. So lots of crazy baseball that, I mean, crazy in the bad way. It was really sloppy mostly, but quite a game for both sides. But I just wanted to cover that a little bit here today. Mainly wanted to talk about what it was like going to a game there. So I will probably have a little note in the beginning of the video. Skip to this point in time if you want to see me talk about is going to the game. So what is there to say about Globe Life Field? It is pretty nice. I will admit, after this is my second time going there at all now because I went on a tour over the past summer. I will say that the outside is kind of ugly. It does look like a steel factory, like everyone, all the jokes people have been making. It really does look like that. So not the biggest fan there, but I'll tell you the inside is amazing. It is a beautiful field, and I probably showed some video by now already, but I'll throw up a couple pictures as well while I'm talking of what it looked like from where I was sitting in the beginning, and towards the end I moved a little bit to get closer to see the 9th inning as I was getting ready to leave because I was not about to leave that game early. And overall, I enjoyed the experience. Obviously, it's a little strange with all the masks, and there were actually not a lot of people wearing masks there, unfortunately, but that's not what this video is about. But besides that, the seating was pretty good. They had everyone socially distant, and can't really complain too much on how they got this thing put together at all, so I'm glad that they could pull it off. This event was also general admission, which is something you don't see a lot at a major league ballpark. So we got to just go wherever. That's why I have a couple of pictures from behind home plate because I got to stand there for a second. Couldn't find any seats. But this last game was very packed, at least based on what they could have. I think it was maybe like 8,000 people, and I think the most they can have is 10,000. I don't know the exact number. It's not going to have it on here because it was general admission. So after each game, the numbers were changing. But at the peak, I think it maybe was pushing upwards of 10,000. The one thing I didn't get, though, was they were not allowing people to go sit in the upper decks because that was originally what I was going to do, to be very distanced from everybody else. But they weren't allowing that for some reason. Don't know why, but that's a whole separate thing as well. Apart from all that, though, navigating the stadium was a bit confusing at first. It's very nice, though. They made a super, super modern, contemporary design kind of thing for the inside. Much better looking than the outside. Because at one point I got up to go to the home plate area to see if they had any seats. And the way the sections are, I sat in left field, roughly almost dead center was my section, and I sat in section 28. I'll try to put up a map so you can kind of visualize what I'm talking about here. I went to go towards home plate. The area I was in was about 26 through 33 were the sections leading towards home plate. And I was like, okay, cool. I know where I need to go. I was heading towards that way. Home plate is about section 15, I believe, give or take. That area is like 11 through 17. So as I kept going that way, the numbers would go back up because that side, starting at a certain point, was sections 1 through 25 or 26. So it just threw me out for a loop because on that level, you can't cut around center field. On the upper levels, you can go in a loop. but on this one you had to go around. So I was confused as I was walking back. The numbers were going up, but then I reached a dead end, and there was a security guy saying, "Hey, where you going? There's nothing over here." So a little confusing at first, but I did kind of get the hang of it by the end of the night. Additional things as well, the AC, super nice. Luckily, it's been a little warmer here in Texas lately, but it was about 45 or 50 last night with not a lot of wind. However, they did have the roof closed, and it was 72 according to them in the ballpark, so it felt very nice, and I was happy that they did that. I'm sure we'll be even better when there's a game in the summer where it's 105 degrees instead of 45 degrees. That's about all I can really think of, though. As you've seen in the clips, I was hooting and hollering, yelling, which is why my voice is a little rough today. A lot better than when I woke up, though. And all in all, I had a blast going to this game. If you are able to and you feel comfortable and all that, definitely try to go to a game this summer, because you gotta see the stadium. If you're a fan, you gotta at least see it once, you know. Not sure what the ticketing situation is gonna be like. I don't think they put single game tickets on sale at the time that I'm making this video and posting it. So keep an eye out for those. I would highly recommend you at least check out the stadium. If not a game, at least a tour, or go to the gift shop or something so you can just be inside of it, because it is really something to see. Like I said, though, the outside, not as much. There's one, the main entrance that I usually have gone through at least, that says Globe Life Field, and you can park right in front of it. That part looks nice because it's right on the Texas Live side, so you got the little plaza, there's the 7-Eleven, and all the other entrances to Texas Live. Really satisfied with the stadium. Do I think they need it? No. Was the old one good? Yes. But it's here, and we can't do anything about it, and it looks nice on the inside. So people are giving it a lot of crap, but it is a cool stadium, and it gets loud also. Like I said, maybe not even 10,000 people there. It was loud because it was closed, so everything sounds bouncing off all the walls and the ceilings. And that outfield plays insanely deep. One of the guys for Arkansas hit one to dead center, and it was maybe a few feet short of being a home run, but that was the 410 marker out there in center, so that outfield plays very deep. One of the big reasons we didn't see almost any home runs last night. But anyway, y'all, I kind of rambled a lot in this video. Hopefully you found something entertaining out of it and maybe got a little more insight into what seeing a game at Globe Life Field is all about. Once again, would highly recommend it. If y'all have any questions or comments or anything about the ballpark, definitely let me know in the comment section, and I'll try to answer them. I'm definitely not an expert, but I've been there twice now, so I'm starting to get a little bit of an idea of how it all works. And that is going to be it for this video. I will talk to y'all later.